everyone, I'm Sarah from Everyday Starlet, and today I wanted to do a simple, basic get-to-know-me tag. I've actually been getting a few new subscribers and a lot more views on my videos, so I just thought this would be a really great opportunity for me to just kind of introduce myself to those of you that are new, and maybe those of you that have been watching but want to know a little bit more about me and my background. I don't know. I googled the questions for a get-to-know-me tag. There were a few different ones, but I decided to go with this one. I glanced at the questions, but I didn't actually prepare, so some of this is going to be kind of spontaneous off the top of my head, so we'll see how this goes. First question, are you named after anyone? My first name is Sarah, which for those of you that don't know, I think I already said that, so whatever. That just was a name that my parents liked. There is an H on the end of it. I don't like when people don't put an H on the end of my name. It's kind of a pet peeve of mine, and I will tell you the story behind that. I remember being a little kid and my dad used to read me the Disney story Lady and the Tramp. I was obsessed with that for some reason. And there was like the evil Aunt Sarah in the story, and I was like so upset that like the evil aunt was like had the same name as me. So in the book, like she doesn't have an H on the end of her name, so my dad was like, no, nice Sarahs have H's and mean Sarahs don't have an H. So for some reason that stuck with me, and I know that's not true because I've met some Sarahs with no H's who are perfectly nice, but for some reason that stuck in my head. I don't know why. Okay, next question. When was the last time you cried? I cry all the time. I am such a crier. I am a very sensitive person, which is probably, I don't know, it's probably a bad idea that I'm on YouTube or on the internet in general because I'm so sensitive. I don't really know when the last time I cried was, but it probably was right before I filmed this video. Actually, no, I wouldn't film a video right after I cried because my eyes would be all puffy. The next question is, do you have kids? No. If you had asked me this like a while ago, I would have been like, oh, I've always wanted to have kids, but I don't know if that's always true. When I was a little girl, like I played with dolls all the time, which a lot of little girls do, and I feel like a lot of little girls, their doll is like their baby. Like they're always like, oh, this is my little baby and stuff, and like I never did that as a kid. Like I'm an only child, so for me, every time I had my doll, it was like my little sister. Like, I never pretended that my doll was my baby. And it was almost to the point where, like, if people were to say to me, like, oh, is that your baby? And I'd be like, no, it's my sister. Like even at 5, I was just sort of like, you know, I don't have a baby. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it was totally, like, totally thought that it made sense that this baby was my sister when, like, I thought everybody else was ridiculous for thinking that it could have been my baby, because I'm like, I'm 5, why would I have a baby? But why would a doll be my sister? I don't know, it's weird. If you were another person, would you be a friend of yourself? Sure, although I'm kind of a loner, so I probably would keep blowing myself off. Do you use sarcasm a lot? No, I do. I use sarcasm all the time. Like, that might be my main form of communication is sarcasm, which is weird on the internet because I feel like a lot of times, like, on social media and stuff, like, sarcasm doesn't come across as well, and so I think now in our digital world, sarcasm kind of gets lost. I do find it interesting that a lot of times when I'm not being sarcastic, people think I'm being sarcastic, and when I am being sarcastic, people think I'm not being sarcastic. Like, I say it's because I'm such a great actress, which I'm sure is the case. That was also sarcasm. Will you ever bungee jump? There's a short answer and a long answer. The long answer is hell no. What's your favorite cereal? I don't really eat cereal. I'm just not a cereal person. I'll do oatmeal. My mornings usually consist of a green smoothie, which I'm kind of addicted to. I know they're kind of like a little bit over now, like the craze of them is a little over, but I love them in the morning. I try to be really healthy in the morning. And I don't know, cereal I find just doesn't do it for me. Like, cereal to me is like Chinese food. Like, I'm hungry like 10 minutes later. Like, it just doesn't fill me up, so I don't really eat it. What's the first thing you notice about people? I mean, because I have like a cosmetology background, I notice people's hair a lot. And if people have like really bad or weird hair, like I get very like I want to fix it. Like, I want to take a comb. So I'd say probably people's hair more than anything, yeah. What is your eye color? My eye color it's like a dark blue, but I feel like it looks bluer when I wear stuff that's blue, and my eyes look greener when I wear stuff that's green. Scary movie or happy endings? I do not like scary movies. I'm not a horror movie person. I don't like scary movies. I don't like to be scared. Like, I feel like I don't need to be scared. Like, I'm a woman. Like, I'm scared just walking to my car. I can find fear in just like everyday activities because I'm that paranoid. So I like my movies to be like I wish real life was. Like, everything all works out in the end and everybody's happy, and like the guy and the girl end up together, and I'm such a girl. It's pathetic. Okay, favorite smells. I can smell fried food like from a mile away. That's the inner fat girl in me. My inner fat child can smell like something that's bad for me to eat like a mile away, like nobody's business. Summer or winter? That is the cruelest question ever. For one thing, I live in New England and we've gotten like a record amount of snow this month. Like, I'm buried. I mean, there's like feet and feet and feet of snow outside my house. Like, it's insane. So winter is not my favorite month by any means. I guess I would probably pick summer, but it gets really hot around here in the summertime. I know, like, people probably like in the South are like, really? You don't know hot. But that's how I feel about like people like in LA, like in Hollywood, when they're just like, oh my god, it's like 50 degrees, it's freezing. I'm like, that is not freezing. If I had to pick, it would probably be summer. I'd much prefer fall. Fall's my favorite season, so there's that. But if I had to pick between winter or summer, I probably would pick summer. Computer or television? That's so funny because like the last question's like summer or winter, and I like don't want either. I prefer just fall. Whereas like computer or television, I'm like both. I have to have both. Like, I can't not have either one. But I guess I might give the edge a little bit to computer just because you can do everything on a computer, but you can't do everything on a TV, if that makes sense. I don't know if it does. What's the furthest you've ever been from home? I would say that it would have to be the trip I took to LA. I went to LA in 2000. Yeah, I remember it was 2000, January of the year 2000, because I remember like we were partying like it's 1999 and everyone thought that like the world was gonna end, and I was like, the world can't end before I go to LA. And I went there for about a week to do some auditions because I thought I was gonna be an actress, and I'm back in New England, so if that gives you any indication as to how well that went. The farthest I've ever driven from home is probably a toss-up lengthwise between, I drove to Chicago, I did kind of like a little mini comedy tour to Chicago, and I also did the same thing to Atlanta, and I feel like those are different directions, but they're distance-wise they're about the same. So those are the longest road trips I've ever been on, but I guess the farthest I've ever been from home is actually LA. I've actually never been out of the United States, which I'd love to like travel internationally. I'd love to do that sometime. I guess I just haven't really gotten around to it. Do you have any special talents? I guess I probably mentioned this before when I just said I did a comedy tour. I am a professional stand-up comedian, so I guess you could say stand-up comedy and humor are special talent of mine. I don't try all the time to be funny. Like, there are comedians that do that, but I'm not one of those people that's like constantly like, I have to be funny, I have to make everyone laugh. I guess I'd call that that's a special talent. Not everybody can do it, so we'll go with stand-up comedy. I don't think of that as a talent, I guess, so much as like I think of it as like something I work really hard at, but it's talent. I mean, a lot of people work really hard at it and they can't ever do it. So, where were you born? I was born in Worcester, Massachusetts, which, if you're not from the New England area, Worcester, Massachusetts is actually in central Massachusetts. I realize that most people outside of New England think that Massachusetts is just Boston and Cape Cod, but it's actually it's the second biggest city in Massachusetts. It's the, I believe, third biggest city in New England. So it's actually, we're a pretty big deal. What are your hobbies? Until I actually make money at blogging and YouTubing, I guess I'd call that a hobby, but I'd like to make money from it someday, so I think of it more like a career. I kind of feel like every time I do something, like I get so engrossed in it that I'm just like, it's not a hobby, like this is my life, and That's how I am. I do take dance classes and I work at a dance studio part-time. But again, like I took classes and like now I work there. So it's like everything that I do, like it's not, it doesn't stay a hobby. Like I get so engrossed in it that I'm just like, this is my life. So I had to like limit myself. For a while I was like, oh my God, I want to do music and I want to do, you know, art. And I just kept getting so like into all kinds of different stuff. And then I was just like, okay, I need to regroup because I used to be what they would call, I guess, like a jack of all trades, master of none. And so I really try to like limit myself. Do you have any pets? No, I used to have fish. I don't actually have any pets at all. My dad's allergic. My mother's a neat freak. So I don't really picture myself like a dog person. I feel like people get really upset when they say that. And probably if I had a dog myself that like I got to know, I probably would be a little different. I had a phobia of them as a kid because I was attacked by a dog as a kid, so I've always kind of been very leery around them. People always say like, oh, it's not the pet, it's the owners. It's like, yeah, but it's the pet that's going to attack you, so like I can be leery either way. But yeah, I mean, puppies are cute. I mean, I don't hate dogs. I feel like if you tell people like you're not a dog person, they're just like, oh, so you're like evil? And I'm like, no, I'm just like, I think I have like a healthy or maybe slightly unhealthy appreciation for animals that are animals. What is my favorite movie? That, we could be here all day. It would be like asking somebody with like a bunch of kids, like pick your favorite child. Like I just don't know. I usually tell people Gentlemen Prefer Blondes because I do love that movie and I love the title. So I tell people that. I mean, I love like old classic movies like that. How to Marry a Millionaire. I love, like, I need like a rom-com, like a musical or like a rom-com type of thing. Like that's my genre. Like funny and entertaining, but not like to the point where it's like stupid funny, but then like not sad and sappy and serious. Like I am who Hugh Grant makes movies for. Like that's basically who I am. So do you have any siblings? No. I think I mentioned that earlier. It's just me, only child. What do you want to be when you grow up? Well, first of all, I think I'm up. Like I think I'm grown. I've been so many different things in my life. I've kind of stumbled into this blogging and YouTubing thing, and I get to share my knowledge of, you know, fashion and beauty and everything, and I get to throw in my own humor sometimes and stuff. So I just feel like this sort of blogger, YouTuber kind of combo thing is just kind of like a culmination of everything that I've done in my life before, if that makes sense. So this is kind of what I want to be when I grow up. Like this is it. Like this is, I'd like to make more money doing it, or any money doing it. That would be awesome. That's what I want to be when I grow up, what I am right now. Only with money. So those were all the questions. I know I'm supposed to tag people in this video, but to be honest, like I don't know who's done a get to know me video and who hasn't. If anybody does or has done a get to know me video, please leave a comment below and leave a link to it. I will totally watch it and like it, comment on it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything, please leave them in the comment section below. But remember, I said I was a crier, so please be nice. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe because I always love new subscribers. So please, 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 please subscribe to my YouTube page and be sure to check out my blog, everydaystarlet.com. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you join me next time.